I want to show you a project I'm working on. It's actually, yeah, if you look at it, you might think I have gone completely crazy. Right? It looks like a madman is working here. And you can tell it's something else. It's actually a dub project. So, of course, we all know the nicest thing to mix dub is the King Tubby style with the big console and all those faders and knobs, and you tweak all this shit live. That's beautiful. But not everyone can work under these conditions. So I learned my way around to create dub mixes in FL Studio using, as you can see here, a ton of automations and a ton of, no, actually not a ton of, but a good number of different effects plugins that I'm using. So obviously automations, because right, as you would do on a real fader, effects would come in and out, would get stronger and weaker, so the automations represent that, effects coming in or echoes coming in and then fading out and all these things. Same goes for the instrument tracks. If you see, there is not one track that's kind of going straight. Everything is cut and interrupted. Yeah, because instruments come in and go out, right? When you have a dub mix, not everything is playing straight at the same time. So that's what I'm basically doing here, fading stuff in and out. Down here, these little pieces are sound effects, like a laser shot effects, or just a metal hit or a wood hit that I then run through effects again, and it creates a little movement in the background. Up here are the vocals. As you know, in a dub version, it could work without any vocals. It could be purely instrumental, or you kind of bring in vocals from the original song. That's what I did here, right? I brought in 4 pieces of the original song, and then here I made the artist record some shouts like dubwise, color dub, and things like that. So I sprinkled in these little shouts. Now for plugins I'm using, when I do my dub mixes, I work a lot with Transit. Transit is a multi-effects plugin by Baby Audio that has endless options for effects. Filter and reverb and phaser and delay and spread and whatnot in one preset. It has a ton of preset. You can of course create your own. I tend to use Transit 1, even though I also have Transit 2, but Transit 2 has even more presets and more things to do, so sometimes I'm overwhelmed, and then I go back to working with my Transit 1. Very nice plugin for special effects or for giving sounds and very individual touch. And then I use, when I make reggae or old school sounds, old school dancehall, I like a brand called AudioThing. They have several plugins. Valves is one. It's like a filter plugin, has different set of filters, can make it sound metallic, lo-fi, broken, whatever. Transit here. Of course I use, for echoes and delays, I use Autospace a lot, especially on guitar chops and piano chops. Not only in dub versions, right? I would use this in a reggae mix as well, but in dub I can use it differently, like more exaggerated, like a real creative effects thing. And then there appear things like flangers, right? Here's the simple inbuilt FL Studio flanger. I put this on a muted guitar to give it some more movement in the back. Outer spaces here, and then I hardly haven't seen any tutorials on that plugin, and it's actually a crazy plugin when you want to make dub music. It's the Alborosie dub station. Well, as far as I understand, it's a collaboration of AudioThing, obviously, with Alborosie, who purchased a lot of old hardware equipment from the original King Tubby studio. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments if you like. That's what I understood. And then they made the digital plugin from those old hardware stuff. The presets alone will kill you, and if you start tweaking these knobs, you get crazy effects from that. I use it obviously in all my dub productions, but also I started using it in regular beats, especially if there is, like, let's say a timbal shot or a laser shot in the background, and I want to run it through echoes and delay and give it a little bit of hiss and panning and whatnot. So this thing is just crazy. Bubbles is a funny delay plugin, also by AudioThing, also nice for dub reggae productions. And yeah, that's basically it. On the vocals, I also have valves. I have the Valhalla Supermassive at times to give it a bad delay, and another delay send going through transit again, and also I think I was playing around with a vocal bender a little bit to add some color to the vocals. And yeah, then the project looks crazy like this, and but altogether it makes sense. As you will hear in a second, I will play you the project. And just to let you know, this is from an upcoming dub EP, Cosmic Dub, in collaboration with Kolla Kolla Network and me, DJ Michael Bert, Klangschatz Productions. These are all songs by Kolla Kolla, which I then made dub versions of. The EP is supposed to come out this coming Friday, in 5 days.
Klangschatz Productions. Yeah! This one to life in the arena, you know? Kolla Kolla Network. No stress work. Set work and get work. Yeah? Life is Jah who make it, so let's give thanks and praise.